Welcome to Tales of Tendra, starring Christopher James Ouellette as Tobias Silas, Quinton Foote as Osirion, Kirsten Gray as Raina, Alex Madarasz as Roman, Leon Heiman as Callio, Maddy Stalnik as Ella, and myself, Deven Hayes-Richards, as your story gremlin. With sounds from Epidemic Sounds and Tabletop Audio. We are now recording.
Welcome back!
Welcome back to another episode of Tales of Tendra. My name's Deven Hayes-Richards. I'm your story gremlin, and I am joined, as usual, by Alex Madarasz.
Roman not advocating for children to bully older children, except for Niall.
Yeah, sure. Leon Heiman.
Playing as Callio, who doesn't understand what instruments are.
Christopher James Ouellette.
Playing as Tobias Silas, and feeling a little light-fingered.
Kirsten Gray.
Playing Raina, and she is just happy to be here with her friends.
And last, but certainly not least, Maddy Stalnik as
Madarasz, who is definitely not regretting being barefoot right now.
Why would she?
Why would she? Last we left off, Roman had attempted to investigate this door. Rolled pretty well. It's a door. It does not appear to be trapped. Almost like they did not expect to have anyone bothering them.
Well, they'll never see what's coming next. And I'm going to open the door. Ciao! Ah!
You see, as soon as you open the door, as soon as you open the door, you all get sucketed into the room.
Well, this is great.
And you see 4 whites. Not the
my
southern
name's
kind.
Niall.
The living dead kind. One is clearly a man in pirate-esque attire. The one opposite him, in the opposite corner of him, closest to Roman, is also wearing more like female pirate attire. They both have a very similar badging and color scheme. In the other corners, the one closest to Callio and the rest of you is a white creature shrouded in flames, and to the opposite of him is a skeletal figure with wispy hair and roots and twigs kind of growing out of them. You see a blood-soaked engraving in the ground, and in the middle of said blood-soaked engraving is a stone that looks an awful lot like the stone you were supposed to find. And Niall goes, can we have our stone back? And in unison, the 4 heads all snap towards you in bone-crunching fashion and look to you. And they say, in, again, unison, because creepy, "You wish for the stone? The stone, the stone, the stone."
I think we wish to get out of here.
And as they're talking, Raina and Eladira, you can make Arcana checks with advantage.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
15.
The 2 of you know that these are spirits, and they aren't greater spirits, but they are like
Higher level.
Yeah. And they serve what you know as the Man in Black, which is in most like passing of life stories, is the man who ferries you to wherever you're going next. So, with your understanding of spirits and how they are usually really strict to the laws of their greater spirit, you would know that they did not kill whoever this blood belongs to. They merely used said blood as a vessel. Like someone else made this pentagram. They took, like, you would know that they don't do that. Like if they want to summon things, they can just do that. This carving, engraving is not something they would need to do. So it's, if you can roll, you can both roll insight checks with advantage as well.
That's an 11.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
20
Nice.
total.
Raina, you get the sense that they were sent here to stop whatever this stone was being used for. And that's why when Niall asked for the stone, they immediately were like, like it wasn't aggressive, but it was like the body language you got was concern. And so they continue speaking. The stone is wrong. The stone is wrong. The stone is wrong. The stone is wrong. It's corrupted. Corrupted.
Right. So how do we not corrupt it? That is our key out of here.
You'll have to divide it. And the
Right.
spriggan, dead-looking lady walks to the center. Grabs the stone. And her hand kind of, like her fingers crunch in on it, and like she's crushing it in her hand. And it's fracturing a bit. And the other three walk over to her and do like the same thing. They all grab on top of her hand and crush the stone. While they're doing this, would any of you like to do anything? Because this is a process, clearly.
Raina unsheaths her hammer that she has, I guess.
I was like, man, if only we had a hammer.
You took the gall sock off the hammer. Now they know it's a hammer.
Yeah. And just like in her hand looks to the group like, do you think this is what?
I don't know. You might break their fingers.
Well, I'm hoping that they can break the stone and I can just finish it off. This is kind of my hope.
I should inform the rest of you that they are not likely the ones that created this mess.
Right.
More than likely, it seems they might be trying to fix it.
Reduce, reuse, recycle dead bodies.
Callio, could you please roll me a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage?
I certainly can.
Are you still blessed? Is it still within a minute?
No.
Way.
Ah, damn. I tried.
I mean, my action was going to be to cast Identify on it, but that would take a minute, so dexterity save. Disadvantage.
Good luck.
That'll be a big ol' 4.
So you feel something begin to press into the bottom of your foot, and you kind of turn towards, like, to look down, and Niall grabs your shoulder and uses his body to like knock you out of the way, but doing so he takes your 4 save and falls on the spike, and he gets about a 4-inch diameter spike through where his
Ugh.
where, if he was a chonky lad like me, his love handles would be.
Waste, I
Terrible
believe, is the term.
timing.
I could not think of the word, but yes.
Well,
And
that's horrifying.
He lets out a bit of a painful, almost like a yelp, just like a guttural reaction before he looks up at you and he's like, "Are you okay?"
I'll like grab his hands and I'm gonna cast. I mean, kind of sounds like he's super dead. 4-inch hole in your stomach. But I'm gonna cast Healing Word on him and I'm gonna try to like pull him off the spike.
As you pull him up, kind of hitting him with words of encouragement, we'll say, you can see the inside of said wound is at first bleeding and fleshy, and then as you cast Healing Word on it, you notice that it becomes wooden and doll-like.
Uh-oh.
You can roll a history check with advantage because your city would be very familiar with these creatures.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Let me
13. Not
all
too
right.
bad.
You will know what they're called. It's a German word, so I have to go look it up to say it.
I'll only judge you harshly.
I know you will. Resident nice man that doesn't hurt people's feelings ever.
Wouldn't dream of it.
It's a Wechelkind. Wechselkind.
Veshelkin.
Wechelkind. Which is a spirit that has been forcive. So not to the
Forcibly?
lore of Grim Hollow, but in the lore of our world, forcibly inserted into a doll. So this is a spirit that has, and he doesn't have a family because, and you know how these things work. So because it's kind of like, it happens a lot. Kids go missing and then suddenly are returned, but they're not the kids. They are a spirit in a doll. And you now understand why he can't go home, because he does not have a home, as he's not a real child. And however, you also know that these things can fucking die. And he tried to if you did not heal him, he would die.
I'll like pull him away. Does his like entire body transform, or is it just that one injury
That
spot?
one injury spot is like a doll-like scar, and is a section of his body you can now tell is doll-like. And
I'm
when
gonna
you
try to hide that from everyone else.
roll a stealth check, and he's gonna help you, so you'll have advantage.
Okay.
The disadvantage part doesn't matter because
No, I was just so 21.
all right, nobody has a passive perception high enough for that to trigger anything, so you're good.
All right.
When you
Pat him on the
heal,
shoulder. Thank you. Seriously.
yeah, you're welcome. And he's like looking you over to make sure, like, there's a scent. You don't know enough. You haven't asked him enough questions to know this. So,
Oh, I'm talking to him later. I gotta be racist, remember?
yeah. So, the rest of you still have like the floor. You could go investigate this altar to the northwest. There is part of the room that you can't quite see because of how bright this area is. It's kind of like washing out the background.
I don't know if I'm going to move now that I just saw a spike fly across something.
Ella's gonna go investigate the altar.
Oh, Jesus Christ, not the kid we're supposed to protect.
The kid we're supposed to protect with bloody feet.
There's just blood slappy footprints as she moves. The male pirate looking wight even like like his head turns towards Ella, like, please stop moving. That noise is horrid.
Sorry, she's new here.
You can roll an investigation or arcana check, whichever you are better at.
Neither, so let's go.
Well, whatever you roll, you're going arcana? Okay.
Yep.
This blood, there's also something drawn in blood on the altar, and with that arcana check, you can tell that the blood is magical, which leads you to believe that this is some sort of spirit's blood. If you point this out to someone, they can help you to identify the blood, maybe. Or you could be crazy and taste it. I don't fucking know.
Why would you put the idea in our head?
Because I know Ella. I know that Ella from other campaigns would. As well as the blood calligraphy. I'm not really sure. It's not a pentagram, but it is a bunch of symbols overlapping. There's circles, triangles. It doesn't match this symbol. It's almost like you roll a decent arcana check. This looks like it was a messaging symbol, like for someone who couldn't cast like a messaging spell. This was how they could do that instead. There's a ritual like dagger, a skull full of wax and candle wicks, and there is a small book. Sorry, I just have to look at your character sheet real quickly.
Oh, I'm using the tinier Ella.
That's a very important distinguisher. It's not, because you don't have languages on here. I'm going back to the other one. 4 languages. And it is it's a small journal written the title is in Dreamer. For what it's worth, it is also bloody, and it doesn't look like the blood is similar to the blood used to draw the symbol.
Okay. She gotta look over to the group, see who's paying attention.
Is anyone paying attention? Roman?
Yoo-hoo!
She's gonna point to the knife for him, and then pick up the book.
You pick up the book? As soon as you pick up the book, you hear a man's voice in your head, and he speaks in Dreamer, and it seems like a message, a left message, not so much like a cognizant voice. You hear, "My name was Ricard, and they've come to harvest us. Inigo Montoya, you killed my dad. Prepare to die."
So the usual stone-faced 9-year-old looks perturbed. For sure, you know, her eyes widen a little bit, and she looks down at the book. And now we're gonna taste it.
Oh, good.
You've bitten your lip before.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that it Dreamer blood.
We go a little pale in the face, and she looks to Roman, properly concerned, perhaps for the first time.
I'm looking properly concerned because you just tasted a book. And I'm going to try to sleight of hand, take the stagger off the table. Not because of that. Two separate things, but like, you know.
Yeah, you can slide a hand it.
She wanted you to take it.
I'm such a bad rogue. That's an 8.
You
Mid,
take
she
the
is
dagger,
looking
and
right at you.
everyone notices.
Game was just like, you know what? You're normally gonna whack people, but instead, you're just gonna roll poorly.
We should figure out whoever did this and if they're still here.
Hey,
That's an
spirit
interesting
fellers,
idea.
do you know who did this?
They're like casting a spell currently, and they are not paying attention to you.
Okay, that's fair. What did you glean from the book, Ella?
I think they killed a dreamer here.
Oh. I'm sorry you had to find that out. That is unfortunate.
When you say dreamer, all the spirits in unison go, a dreamer, a dreamer, a dreamer. And the stone shattered.
Wow, good thing we've never seen one of those before.
Yeah. It's a good thing you guys don't know much about spirits.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Head empty.
Hey, Niles.
Niles like you notice that Niles like kind of not nursing the wound, but he's just covering it. What do you want, Roman?
What you got the knowledge of the spirits, my guy. You're a big spirit fan. You okay?
Oh, I just got stabbed with a 4-inch wide spike.
I mean, you're not bleeding, so.
Did you miss the magical spell cast on me afterwards?
That doesn't make blood go away, my friend.
Lay off him for a second, would you, Roman? You just saved my life.
Fine, fair enough. Are you okay, Niall?
No.
That is unfortunate.
It's fair.
No, I'm not okay. I want to leave.
Ella.
Understandable. How do we do
Hell
that now
yeah,
that the stone's
brother.
broken?
I don't know, man. We need the stone, I thought.
I mean, it's like a wooden trap door. We could probably just bust it open.
But the tunnel's gone.
Forgot about that part.
Hey, Mr. Spirits and Mrs. Spirit,
In unison, they go, yes, yes, yes.
where's the door? And don't point at the door that we just came in from.
They point at the door you just came in from.
Jesus Christ. How do you guys leave? Where do you guys go?
One
to
of them
leave?
just disappears
Oh my god.
and then reappears. And then they walk.
Dios mío.
One of them walks over to you with a part of the stone and puts it in your hand. The part of the stone. Sorry for those of you out there that may be listening to this that are squeamish. The stone burns and sinks into your skin and disappears under the skin.
Ugh.
They do this to the rest of you, including Niall.
I try to fight it a bit, but I'd imagine child versus
A
white.
literal spirit. He just
No, my
when
money
you
maker.
when you fight, he puts it's the fire cloaked one. He puts his hand on your chest, and your whole body goes limp.
Hey, you leave him alone.
You're gone, by the way.
I'm gone?
Yeah.
Oh, you go poof.
Every single time, everyone when they get the rock, they disappear.
That's
And-
horrifying.
Well, I'm dead
We're-
now.
We're,
Goodbye, friends.
We're hiding
Um,
behind Raina.
Yeah,
And
Raina
after
definitely
all of
puts an
you-
arm in front of Ella and has her hammer in hand.
You are unceremoniously lifted out of the way, and
Shit.
the
Ella.
the woman who looks like a dying Spriggan looks at you and says, "You're a good guardian, good instinct. You'll be perfectly safe." And she puts the stones in your hands, and those of you who are taking transformations,
Oh,
you get your first level of transformation.
nice.
The rest of you, well, all of you, wake up in your beds. All of your injuries, everything that happened. But when they put the stone in your hand, it was like stone in hand, burning pain, like excruciating pain. You wake up. You sit up in your bed.
I grab my hand.
You can feel that there's something inside your hand.
I look
I look
over
around
my
the
bucket,
room at everybody
Callio,
else.
and see
I
the
look up.
disinfect there.
I look up to the second bunk. You looking down at me?
Do we all show up at the same time? Like, is there
Yeah, and
a brief period where I'm just in limbo, just like?
So it goes by order. So Roman, you lift up, and then you hear the pressure of Callio's body sink into the bed.
Okay.
And then Tobias, same thing, goes down the order. And the only two that happen in unison are Ella and Raina.
I'm gonna go over to where Niall is and ask him if that was all part of the training exercise.
You go to find Niall, and there is a small, motionless puppet in his bed. With no features, just a wooden puppet.
I'll like hop down. I'll poke it.
When you poke it, Niall's form fades into the puppet, and the puppet changes its form to look like Niall as the young boy you met him, or last saw him as.
But it's still a puppet.
That's his glamour.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll like.
Like, he can glamour as a full-size child, but he's actually a puppet?
Yeah.
I thought he was a child-sized puppet.
So the puppet is small and like Pinocchio size, like.
Okay, yeah.
But when he is when he is reforced into the puppet, he is the same size as he was.
Okay. That's even more embarrassing that I couldn't push him into the door now.
The puppet, in your defense, is made out of spruce.
Okay.
Notoriously
look at Callio
hard
and
wood.
say, did they turn him into a puppet?
I feel like we can
Are
talk
we going
about
to
that
turn
later.
into puppets?
No,
Are we gonna?
It's no.
Are we
no.
going to turn into puppets?
No, we're not. We're gonna be just fine. All right, we can maybe
We can skip it.
in a minute. Maybe he can talk to you about that, and I'm gonna like gently rustle him awake.
He inhales deeply as if he hasn't breathed in years. It's like very like as if his lungs are flat and dried out.
Because he doesn't have any.
Yeah, forceful of oxygen.
Are you okay, Niall?
No.
No, that's
No.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, we kind of saw you, and I'll like
Yeah.
raise my eyebrows.
He looks The instinct is clearly fear. So he looks afraid, and the first thing he says is, "I don't have any power to take."
Yeah, hey, you're gonna be fine. You're okay. We're back at camp, I think.
And he looks around.
Also,
the
we're not in
room
the
at you
business of
guys.
taking people's power.
We're not going to
I was
harvest
just
you.
staring.
He just looks at all of you quietly, and he says, "I guess you guys have some questions."
You know what?
Not really.
We could wait. We haven't eaten lunch yet. Why don't we go eat lunch and we could talk about that later?
I could eat. That
Yeah.
would be
Alright.
nice.
Everybody else hungry? Tobias,
look
I
at
see what
Tobias
you're
like-
thinking.
The logistics of it.
It doesn't go anywhere.
Oh, that's all I wanted. Thank you.
But I'm
The
assuming
heat-
it tastes good.
I don't even like. Why is the heated latrine a good thing? I don't understand.
That's like a really hard feeling to describe. I'm gonna be honest.
How-
You get
how do
cold
you-
butt
In the
cheeks
winter
once,
time.
and you'll know.
I don't really feel cold often. I don't know if I've ever felt cold.
Well, it's
The
a
warm.
blessing.
I noticed the warm though.
Sometimes it hurts.
Okay.
Yeah.
My
How about-
stomach kind of hurts.
Well,
Yeah,
How's everyone's hands?
Feels like there's a rock in it.
crunchy.
Niall puts his hand in front, kind of like out to the group, and the shard of the rock he got is like protruding out each side of his hand about an inch
Ooh.
because he has tiny puppet hands.
yes.
All right. Well, that's terrifying. Mine's like fully in my hand.
I want to try to do the things we were learning in the magic class and just like, see not at anybody, obviously a wall.
Blow
You
hole in
are
the wall.
effectively level. So
Oh,
you would
boy.
effectively be level 2, but because your level 2 is a warlock thing,
Mhm.
you're not because you haven't done any. You haven't done the pacty bit for your backstory. So like, you don't get to be level 2, but either does Callio, but everybody else does. But you do
on, we gotta
feel a
make some
little
bad
magic. Like you
decisions.
feel magically. Like
Magically, okay.
you feel definitely more magic than when you left.
Okay.
All right.
As you guys kind of wrestle with the idea of going to get food, you head out. And when you enter the mess hall, there is the bear spirit teacher that teaches you how to fuck shit up, the more combat focused. Then you see your other teacher as well. You do not see Osirion, but everyone's kind of eating. You guys can get whatever you want, and you have the floor. You have the floor. Do what you wish.
Do I still have the book?
Yes, the book. Like I said, everything happened. Whatever, like it was more like a teleport spell than a sleeping spell.
So that was jarring.
A little bit.
Maybe that's what Mr. Wizard was saying when he wanted us to have character building. It was like the struggles of getting stabbed with a rock, and in Niall's case, literally stabbed.
I didn't like that.
No, you don't feel like more of a complete fighter, I guess.
Good word. First of all,
Yep.
good word choice. Secondly, no. I feel like there's a hole in my stomach.
Yeah, that's fair. You
Well,
think
I mean,
could-
we can
you think we could
mostly
fix
fix that with food,
Yeah.
maybe.
Mm.
I don't really know how this works. Can I have some bacon?
There's like I didn't do a great job describing the like mess hall before, but it's more like you go up and get whatever you fucking want.
Buffet?
It's
Buffet.
not
Buffet.
yes, but like there are uncooked options as well. Like you
Yeah.
could go into the fridge and grab something. Like it's
Mm.
pretty liberal, like lax and liberal with the food. They care more about you being fed than they do about the structure in the mess hall.
Excellent. Well, I'm gonna load up a plate.
Yeah.
All right.
Niall
Casually
grabs,
all acting like nothing happened.
Niall grabs like a salad bowl, but like not the salad bowl, a personal salad bowl, like a bowl you'd make the
Like
salad in, and he just fills it with oranges and goes back to the table and starts peeling
Man
and
loves
eating
his
oranges. You've noticed saying that it's the only thing you've ever seen him eat.
He really likes oranges.
It's a good stain for the wood.
He's got a nice citrus smell.
Yeah.
He's trying to tan.
On the inside.
You do
All right,
see
I
that the elven guy that kind of looked like Osirion is watching you guys. He doesn't approach you or anything, but you guys know that you were on a trial, so it's very concerning to them that you didn't come through the gate.
Right,
Alright.
they probably would have noticed us return.
I really
So-
wish Osirion were here. I don't like talking to the B team.
That's
Ella's gonna
There's-
follow their lead and also fill up a plate.
yeah. We're gonna sit
You know
down.
what?
We're
not
gonna
gonna
eat.
talk about it.
We're gonna go about our day until someone of station says, "Hey, what the hell?"
Yeah,
And-
for all they know, we
and-
showed up in the middle of the night.
For all they know, they have bad eyes.
Mhm.
Tracked blood and mud through the place, but it's fine.
Oh yeah, your feet are muddy or buddy still.
Ella,
Ella,
we should
you really
get
didn't
a
like
bath.
put on shoes? I feel like you would have learned after that hallway incident. Sorry, not to judge you. I know we just went through a very traumatic event, but I mean,
I do not care for them.
The blood or
Raina.
the
get your girl.
Hey now.
It's no longer wet, at least.
Yeah.
So it's kind of tacky. It sticks a little.
Ugh.
On
No.
with movie theater
Stop.
floor shoes.
Yep. Ella, perhaps after lunch we can have a bath. You can have a bath. We can have. Oh, I'm feeling gross in that dungeon, so we can go clean and wash our feet. Perhaps in the.
There's a bath, huh?
Yeah.
It's magical. It's private.
There you
Okay.
go. Also, are you okay?
She's quiet for a bit, then shakes her head once.
Right. Okay. Eats.
just back to eating.
Yeah. It's like they're in the mess hall, so Raina doesn't really want to talk about anything super
Yeah.
doesn't know what's safe to disclose in this semi.
fair.
Just having lunch.
Yeah. Well, you are having lunch in the mess hall. It is relatively empty. Like nobody sits beside you guys because you're kind of been here for a while, and
For the odd
they're
ones.
a little intimidated, and
We're the cool kids.
or the weird ones. You're not really sure.
The
Probably
identified
the latter.
ones.
Oh god, we're turning into Niles.
Also, would one of you like to roll a insight check of something that you should have realized but no one's mentioned?
Oh,
Raina,
So
I think I
fast.
will.
it dawns on you that Niall doesn't have a guardian.
hmm.
And while it is custom for adult spirit not to necessarily have guardians like you. Almost every child spirit would if they've been put in the material plane. Niall is just eating. There's like 20 orange peels. And he does it in the way that like he does it perfectly so it looks like an elephant with a trunk, all one piece. And he's just
it's
laying them
so
out beside
satisfying.
himself.
Citrus stained.
Respect.
Ella
Very
would
acidic.
add the peels to her salad.
Nice.
I don't think you're supposed to see the outside of that fruit either.
Yes.
But does
There
it
you go.
taste good?
I do have oranges where I come from.
And you eat the outside of them?
Yes.
All right.
You see Niall looks at one of the oranges that isn't peeled and just bites it. And he goes, don't like it. Don't like it. Don't like it.
Okay. Finish food. Get washed up. I mean, we're gonna have to talk to someone. We're back super early.
I mean, if we're gonna talk to anybody, maybe our like physical coach. Because without Osirion here, I don't know.
Or what about, like, are you talking about the agility trainer? Who's
Well,
definitely also
A spirit?
probably a spirit?
Yeah, we have
Yep.
two spirit teachers for sure.
You have more spirit teachers than you have non-spirit
Oh, yes,
teachers.
that's
Yeah. But yeah, the what's his face? Philip? I don't know. Jeremy?
I honestly could not tell you.
same.
I don't think he had a name.
I know
Pretty
bear
sure his name
spirit
is Michael
and
Phelps.
This is the worst. So, a little
It's a
peek
fish
behind
spirit.
the curtain. I DM pretty loosely and off the cuff. Like, the major points I do have written down and stuff, but like names, never. And
No.
normally that's fine because I'll remember them. Apparently not anymore.
I don't think we actually gave him a name,
It's
so
Philip
I mean, if
now.
you didn't
Or just
ask.
bear spirit.
yeah.
Fuck it. Now they got names. Your agility
Ursus.
teacher is Arda, and your strength coach. That's not what I meant to say.
Sure,
Your
strength coach.
whatever. Your strength
to get this
coach
thing in.
is Rupert.
Training for a competition.
Rupert the Bear Man. And
It's a strong
our,
bear
the
bear
third
man
one,
name.
the elf that kind of.
Oh, the elf dude that kind of looks like Osirion. His name is. I actually had a name for him. Where'd it go? Come on,
Osirion.
brain.
Devastating. Can you even imagine?
Brain, do the thing.
Michael.
Do the thing, brain.
Not Gregorian?
No, that's a bad guy.
Spoilers.
Yeah, someone write that down. Hang on.
Thane. Thein.
Thein. What does he
Perfect.
teach?
He
Cooking.
wouldn't. He.
He's the
So-
home ec teacher.
You would notice that he has not taught you a single thing all year, and
He's an admin.
has also not really. You see him often checking, like the. So obviously there's a palisade. Well, maybe not obviously, but I did describe it before. There's a palisade around the camp, and you often find him checking and casting some spells around the palisade.
He's the security guard.
Just- Probably why he
Mall
was
cop.
looking at us, because we showed up without going through security.
Yeah, he
PSA 's
immediately
probably pretty
noticed that
pissed.
there was 6 people who did not pass his barrier the normal way.
Listen, just because we hired a taxi doesn't mean you gotta get mad at us.
Yeah, but so if you guys are gonna just eat, wash up, and then have a conversation, you guys, we can skip to the end to after that.
Mhm.
You
Yep.
guys have washed up. You're meeting back at your cabin.
I have not returned my hammer.
You have commandeered a hammer that
Yep.
you bathed with, I guess.
Nope.
Okay,
It's just
it's
She's
just
not
by your
returning
bed.
yeah.
So you do that. You regather in your cabin, and you hear a knock on your door.
Well, we would
You
expect
know who
They
it
don't
is?
just enter either. They're very respectful about it.
Who is it?
Who's
Rupert
there?
and Arda and Thane.
Oh wow, a whole party. Crazy.
Well,
You
I'd
would
be so lucky.
get up and Ella will wander to the door and open it.
You are like maybe mid thigh to the
Super
to the
tall.
bear guy,
He's so tall.
and you like his neck is craned down to look at you. So thank you for opening the door. May we come in? We're gonna come in, but it felt right to ask.
Who's wait?
She steps off to the side to let him come in.
So the two spirits and their elven compatriot enter.
Door closes behind them.
The elven compatriot takes off his hood. You see a fine-featured blonde elven man, not nearly as old as you thought he was. I believe I described him as like ancient looking in the first episode, but he is quite young when he removes the hood. It seems like all the teachers got a lot of lies going on.
Right? How are you supposed to trust any of these people? I'm gonna share my secrets with you.
They're literally about whatever. And as he does this, the bear spirit and now he drops his glamour as well, and you see a large bipedal werebear-esque man. And when
Does
when
he wear a
Arda
shirt?
what? He wears clothes.
Winnie the Pooh looking?
No.
Like,
He's got pants on. He's not an animal. He's
T-shirt
not
is
dick to the
shirt
wind.
talk.
CPS exists specifically for schools. No, he's wearing clothes. Like his clothes are the exactly what he was wearing before. It was his physical form that was glamored.
Right.
Same as Arda. She, however, is more of like a bunny-like, hair-like. And so as they are dropping their glamours and inviting you into their secret, they, not in unison, the bear spirit, Rupert, he looks at you all and he says, I think you all have some explaining to do.
Nah, it doesn't sound familiar.
No.
You see Niles in the middle of you guys, and he quickly puts his hands behind his back because his stone is sticking out.
Mm.
Hey, at least we know Niall ain't a snitch.
I also, you guys have done a lot of shit that should have got you in trouble that Niall has caught you doing, and he has never ratted.
Good man.
Wow.
He's just giving you shit about it, like personally.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you're a fucking idiot. What a dumb choice.
All right, maybe a little bit of stuff.
We did
You're
the
gonna-
mission.
Have to fix your testing thing.
Yeah, we'll just make a difference. Clearly, it's not secure any longer.
No, yeah, that was
That is like the biggest
That's
understatement that you could have said, yeah.
there were chain snakes.
I think
You
that's
could-
my
they're like-
favorite thing that you took away from that.
There was what?
Chain snakes.
Chains that acted like snakes?
Oh,
Snakes that acted like chains.
And a disappearing hallway.
Two.
Like a spike that shot out of the ground and nearly killed me. So
Niall said, when you say that, Niall goes, that part's not supposed to be in the test, remember? There's no tunnel. The tunnel doesn't exist in the actual test. The rock is supposed to be under the potatoes. And he
Right,
says,
and
yes, the rock's
instead-
supposed to be under the potatoes.
Instead, the rock was in with a bunch of undead.
Yeah, that's undead how? Like, undead, like, he points at Tobias, like, if you died and came back to life, or, like, undead, like, spirity.
Like,
Sir, we
We're
are
whites.
12.
What does that have to do with the fact that you're human?
that's two different
Why
responses.
would I have that level of understanding?
They were whites.
Well, one of you had that level of understanding.
Says the youngest of the group.
Hey, she's an interplanar being.
doesn't count.
I
Age limit
have a
for them
grade
is-
2
That's like
education.
technically she's the oldest if you're counting the thousands of years.
Mhm.
All right, so there was whites. Then what happened? Something about a spike in the, did I hear that correctly?
Yeah, spike shot out of the ground nearly impaled me. Niall is very good at his job, I guess. I don't know. You probably don't pay him.
I mean, he gets lodging and an allowance if he wants to go somewhere.
Well, that's cool.
Niall, are you rich?
Niall goes, I literally only get the exact amount of currency I ask for if I can prove it's something I'm going to purchase.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Mm.
rough.
It's like a, what's the word?
A per diem.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Business expense.
that's the one. And they go, but he can buy it. Not like we're like, no, you stay here and starve. We give him mostly. It is weird that he only eats oranges, though. We have been concerned about that.
I
That's
feel like
what you're.
that's typically
that's-
something you can just talk to him about.
Yeah, that's.
It's never really come up casually in conversation until just now. And that
Well,
wasn't
it's
even
very-
casual.
Not even slightly.
Also, you guys all have a high enough passive perception to notice that while they took their glamours off, Niall has not.
Hmm.
I ain't no snitch.
I ain't a snitch.
With your clearly passive insight going on here, you are pretty sure they don't know that Niall is not just a regular boy.
Well aware of that.
Niall is just a regular boy, to be clear.
He's a real boy.
He is
Uh.
a real boy, and if he lies, nothing happens.
So what did the whites do? Back on.
They squeezed that like key rock real hard, and it kind of exploded.
And then we were
And
here.
that's how you got out?
Yep.
I guess so.
Mhm.
I don't really remember.
The elven man walks over to you guys and casts a spell.
How dare he?
And he says
Counterspell.
he says it's the stones are in their hands.
Oh shit.
And Niall goes, well, good thing I put mine behind my back. That was useful.
At the time, yes.
There's a look of concern
Yeah.
on the spirits' faces, and they look at you and they go, you guys cannot stay together. You have to go home.
Why? What happens if we all put our hands together really fast and high five?
You're going home.
What? Just like that?
What was the stone?
A blade.
You're
stone,
going home.
maybe?
No. You don't just say it's a bloodstone or whatever, and say we're going home and that's that. That's not how that works.
Unfortunately,
So you're just gonna let us go home to threaten and hurt potentially our families and friends?
as long as you
any-
aren't together in this large of a group, you'll be fine.
Why? What's going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, we don't really know what might happen other than when it's happened before, it's been bad.
So what has happened
What
before?
happened before?
Obviously, it's been bad.
Well, there's the whole homunculi issue.
Why was the stone the thing we had to go get if it was dangerous?
Because it isn't dangerous unless it's infused into someone's body. And normally people don't just do that.
Yeah, we didn't really get an option.
No.
I'm not blaming you. I am simply saying that this is not great.
Right.
I take it back. There's been a new greatest understatement in the last 10 minutes.
So,
Yeah.
like, we're going to die, or...
Yeah.
I hope not.
Do we get,
We,
like, superpower?
Why can't you
You
take
might.
him out?
Yeah.
You said a white spirit did this?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Or
I mean, I
Wow.
didn't ask what color it was, but...
No, white as in W-I-G-H-T, my young companion.
reading's not his strong suit.
White as in not the color. Is that better?
Sure, because one was green and one was red.
One was on
Anyway,
fire.
that means that only the man in black can undo their meddling. Unless they choose to undo it, and unlikely.
Why would they choose to
You know
do
how
it in the
to, you know
first
how to get a
place?
hold of that guy?
They like to play games. Spirits like to meddle in the material plane in any way that they can. And you are the latest meddling.
You and the meddling kids.
At most, you can go together as two. Maybe.
What about
if
2.5?
Who would the half be?
Don't worry about it.
You're gonna cut someone in half.
Maybe we see someone every couple of months. Who knows?
That's fine.
Okay.
Until we have a way to take this stone out of you, we're gonna have to take trips to you, training you individually.
It's gonna be awkward. We don't really have a guest room.
It's fine. We have accommodations in most places.
Now, I would like to make one
No.
request. You don't even know what it is yet.
Yeah, but you're the shit disturber.
I just want to take this pillow with me.
Oh. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you can have the pillow. You're gonna take a pillow on the public bus? No, we'll just get you there ourselves. We won't use their transit.
I do appreciate that. It really smelled like pee and beer.
So the bear spirit's been doing like most of the talking, and he looks. Well, he is the one like making the choice. It seems to you there is pauses in his cadence that indicate someone is talking to him. Like these pauses, kind of looks slightly back, as if he's getting information into it, like a message spell, and then continues.
Do I see the elf casting anything?
The elf is casting.
It's a good face. There you go. That's the.
And when Rupert kind of just stops, you can tell that he isn't enjoying, like, the discomfort he has caused you is not something he is proud. Like, he doesn't look like he's comfortable with this situation either. And like he showed you his biggest secret in his life, to be like, I'm trusting you. And then he had to be like, now you have to leave. Great. So for the record, you passed your test with flying colors, as there was a bit of a caveat in yours, and you didn't die, so it's hard to fail you. Even if it wasn't the conventional way to complete, you definitely completed a test. Yes, Aladiro?
She has raised her hand.
Aladiro?
Do you know a Rickard?
Uh,
Rickard? Rickard? Was it Rickard? Rickard.
yeah, it's Ricard.
Rickard.
I've heard the name. I don't know if it's necessarily the same Ricard. Do you have a descriptor?
No.
Well, I cannot give you an honest answer of yes, then.
Was he murdered?
I have not Whoa. I have not spoken to my friend Ricard in several years. Last I saw, he was attempting to have some people awoken.
Was he a dreamer?
He was. He is. I hope. Why?
I think you should change your verb to was.
You can, I mean, it's not a hard insight. You can, like, he has to, like, take a second to collect himself, and Arda will finish up here. It was good to know you, and I will see you again. And he leaves. He is clearly... The news has hurt, we'll say. Arda kind of, like, much less compassionate about it. It's just like, hey, you guys gotta go. You pack your shit. Yes, Aladira.
Where?
You'll be going with Raina.
Looks to Raina.
Yeah, don't worry. You're coming with me.
As you guys... So they leave. You guys have the floor to talk about this and what happened. And yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna
So we're
write
just-
down some notes with my address so you guys can find me.
I was just gonna say they don't like work it. We can leave separately, but we could just meet up down the road.
Didn't he say something about taking us themselves?
Mm.
I mean, I agree we can just meet up later, but like, probably not just down the road. I mean,
like you guys.
I live in Carthage.
I'm going to be traveling to Carthage quite a bit. I hear they have a half-decent library, and I'd get better answers than whatever the hell that was.
A non-answer. You get used to it after a while.
Yep. Dad's going to be pissed.
I mean, maybe you're getting escorted home by like a real fancy dude. I don't know.
It's fine.
Listen, if your dad's too mad, just meet us. It's not really hard to find us. We're usually in the market square.
Right. I'll try and give you a heads up if I'm in the area.
I appreciate
or
that.
if he is.
Yeah, right.
But if you're in the market and you hear a bunch of guards looking for some kids, just keep walking.
Like I never saw you.
Where will
Niall, where are you going?
I don't have anywhere to go, so I assume they'll keep me here.
Do you want to leave?
I don't know anywhere but here. I've been here the entire time I've been on this plane.
I can't help but notice that you don't have a guardian. If you would like to join us, you are welcome. Ella and I, if Ella that is amenable to you.
We can share.
I don't want to make anyone angry. I can stay here. There's enough people here to distract. I'll be okay. And this way, I can come with them when they come to train you guys.
Yeah.
I can visit.
You can be our inside guy.
Yeah,
Give us the scoop.
I'll keep you informed. The library here is pretty good, so I just kind of avoid the part about the Guardians because it kind of makes me sad.
I am sorry.
I don't think this was anyone's fault.
I would argue the whites.
You know what? Yeah, I'm with you. It was the White's fault.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it sucks.
Frown slightly.
What? Why are you growling?
Frowning? Growling?
Frowning?
I heard growling. My bad.
Frowling.
She frowns.
Why are you frowning?
I don't believe it was their fault.
Well, it's gonna be somebody's fault, and it's not ours. But we're picking
Might
it up,
be
it
mine.
seems.
Do you
all
guys-
wouldn't be in this mess if it weren't for me.
That's not. You don't put that self on.
No one can know. I don't.
What, see?
It could have been anyone's trial that went weird. The
That's very
trial's
true.
the same for everybody.
Do you use the same in?
Yeah. I think so.
So Garcon
Usually
just-
Garcon is a different color though. That is something I noticed. And like a different height. Like I don't think that was the same guy.
So we just like
It's-
distracted a random stranger
Uh-huh.
Or
Who,
the
like,
cultist?
who went
Or-
along with it?
who went along with it. Yeah,
A new hire maybe? I don't know.
Hmm.
it was very subtle.
So different height, different color.
Yeah, normally he's
It's-
like your color and really, really, really tall.
Right. And he is real Garcon is French.
Yeah. No?
And not
I
whatever
don't-
that
What's
accent was.
French?
The French, you know, from those wars with England.
the Undercommon.
In the Underdark.
Yeah, but truthfully, he was different.
No, he wasn't the same guy.
All right. Well, that's maybe if you're gonna be sticking around in this area, that might be something.
I'll look into it. Those acrobatics courses, remember? A ninja.
Truly.
Today's spike notwithstanding.
Hey, I mean, that was pretty impressive. You managed to pull me out of there and get into my position in like half a second, tops.
I genuinely don't know if that's a compliment, but I'm going to take it as a compliment because I need this win.
It was a compliment.
I'm taking
Very
this win.
fast.
Thank you. And you guys kind of chit chat for a bit.
As we slowly start packing up our stuff.
And almost the second you guys are finished packing, the three of them return, and one by one, you are teleported with the elven man home. The elven man pays your family, each of your families, 15 gold, which Tobias, you would know, is 10 times what your father paid to have you go. Yeah. Raina, your parents get double that. You got 2 kids, so now they're like, feeding is expensive. And in the campaign, episode 1 will be in 15 years' time. So you guys have 15 years of visits. You have 15 years of running scams, collecting some knowledge,
opportunities.
We're legitimate businessmen, Deven.
And you, on about 15 years, probably, you celebrated a birthday with Niall, so you know his birthday is coming up, and you get invitations to a funeral. Niall has died. And that's where we'll end.
Well, that's rude.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of Tales of Tendra. See you next time.
Hello one, hello all. It's Quinton Foote here, Dungeon Master to a very unique live-action fantasy adventure podcast known as The Fables of Latour. Join us every Monday as we explore a completely original world filled with new races, monsters, and magics, all based around the fantasy novel series, The Mighty Vendavar. Since we specialize in long-format storytelling and our entire cast are professional actors and artists, you can excitedly tune in weekly to experience the next chapter of our harrowing saga. We can't wait to meet you in the wilds of Latour.
Don't forget to rate and subscribe. It helps us out a lot. Thank you.